NBA basketball. All right.
The association.
NBA basketball. Lakers continue to struggle.
Woo!
They lost to Magic. They lost to the Heat. They lost to the Houston Rockets, who's now 6-0 right now.
That's tough. That's the tough one.
Not 6-0. They on the last 6-game winning streak right now. And I'm like, dang, like Houston, we have a problem, but no, Lakers got a problem.
I said this last week. I said
Lakers got a problem.
I know it's early in the season, but the Lakers are not going to do anything. This is an indication of what I feel like the end of the season is going to look like.
End of the season?
When I say end of the season, as far as when they're not going to make it, as far as winning the championship, probably making the first round, exiting the playoffs.
Like, it's still a lot of games left.
It's a lot of games left, but I've seen this is more the same of what we've seen last year, and I can see it. I don't need 82 games to see what a team is gonna like be about. And the Lakers are showing me with the same type of players with a few more pickups, they're not gonna make that much noise.
So what I'm gonna say is the Lakers need to make a trade. They need
to give up AD.
They need. I don't know if they need.
They need to give up AD right now.
They can't give up AD because AD's trade market is not good right now. So
it's not going to be good later on.
So my thing is, if they can package some of these younger guys to try to get, and maybe even a pick, because they don't have a pick in the next couple of years, so maybe a future pick, I can see them doing something like that. Because Chicago just made Zach LaVine available. So does the Lakers? Yeah, does the Lakers package a couple of younger guys? You know, Rue Hachimura, maybe I don't know. D'Angelo Russell, maybe a pick river. They get
Russell, Hachimura, Cam Reddish, all of them.
Well, no, you can't give up everybody. You can't give up everybody. I'll say.
I think he's going for those type of players.
I'm saying if you can give up potentially Hachimura and D'Angelo Russell, and maybe a future pick for Zach LaVine.
I'm throwing Cam in there too.
No, that's too much. That's too much. It is 3 players. No, and
honestly, I'm giving up AD right now.
AD's trademark is not like that, so you can't give up AD.
It's not like that.
And the thing is, you want to keep AD as much as you can because potentially you need a 3-star lineup, and if you can't have a 3-star lineup, Lakers are in trouble. They can't do nothing in the West. So you need to get a big 3.
3-star lineup.
They need a big 3.
If I can get a star and some very good players, get very good role players, I'm giving them up for that.
That's not going to help the Lakers, though.
It's going to help the Lakers.
No,
I'm still getting a star back. I don't want no more Hachimura, Cam Reddish type players. Give me some solid NBA players that I can rely on with another star. Then that's what I'm going
with. No, because you need
AD's trade value is not going to be that crazy later on. He's really not. It is the time now. Next year, if he still continues to play this year, how he's playing, it's going to go down even more.
You need 3. You need 3. There you go, Caleb Foster.
You need 3.
You need 3 stars. And if they can get a LeBron, AD, and Zach LaVine, they might be able to change this now versus waiting until All-Star break to try to change
LeBron. You get what you get out of LeBron, and you get what you get out of Zach LaVine. You still not going to be getting what you need to get out of an AD. So you give him up.
Well, you get what you get out of AD only half the time.
Only him half the time.
And the thing is, like, he already lied twice. Like, oh, I'm going to be ready for Joker. He played good in the first half and then nothing in the second half. I'm going to play 82 games. He already missed the last 3 games. So
this LA team will not look like this team at all. I'll say that much.
Oh, so Giannis drops 54 against the Pacers and loses with no Dame. Can he not carry a team anymore?
Giannis?
Yes.
This is where I referred back to your comment on this earlier.
But listen. This is the second big game he's had without Dame in the lineup and lost.
Again, I'm going to refer back to your comment. It's early on in the season. Like, they're trying to fit Dame in still. If you watching those games, like, they both go crazy if one or another not playing yet. So they're still trying to acclimate them in and learn to play together. It's early in the season to say without either star player in Giannis or Dame that either can carry a team. I think they both can still carry a team, but I mean, it's early in the season and I think he's still giving you 54.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
but
you had
win. I get what you're saying.
You had Milwaukee Bucks being the team out of the East,
and
I said Boston. But the fact that Dame has not played in 2 games when Giannis had a big game and they still lost, can they be that team? And when Giannis got kicked out, which is BS. Like,
that was crazy.
My man dunked on Isaiah Stewart for the
briefly looked at him.
Detroit Pistons. Briefly looked at him. Got his second tech. He got kicked out of the game. Players, referees need to be on the same page. Like, you know that stars are, fans coming to see the stars. You're gonna sit here and kick Giannis out for making a great move, a great play, and then get kicked out of the game because he stared at Isaiah Stewart. Like, that's total BS. Like, you can't tell me you want players to compete. You want players to show emotion to a certain point. It's not personal at all. It's not personal. You want players to play hard, compete, and then all of a sudden, when this happens, you're going to be quick to pull the trigger to kick him out of the game? Fans came to see Giannis play. Fans came to see people get dunked on. Fans came to see people show emotion.
That's right.
And yet, you're going to sit there and do that? Like, come on. I mean, they wind up having 34. Yeah, that's well and good. They wind up winning that game anyway. But people, if I pay my money, I can see Giannis and Dame, and you're going to kick him out for playing well and making a great move?
I'll take it a step further. Players and referees got to be on the same page. And they know this. If I'm a bench player and I came in the game and I just dunked on somebody, whoever it may be, I'm going to have a reaction.
Yeah,
you got to. The referees know that. I think that ref just had it out for him. Maybe Giannis was talking crazy throughout that game before he did that move. But the referees know if a player makes a great play, you cross somebody up, you hit a step back three, you dunk on somebody, you're going to have a reaction. You take that away from the game, it's a boring game at this point.
It is. I mean,
and him being a star player, I share those sentiments. Like, you can't kick. We here to see him.
I mean, the same thing happened with another game when Cleveland played against the Warriors.
Yeah,
I've never seen this before. The Warriors got a technical call against him with Draymond Green.
Yeah,
from 2 plays ago.
Draymond's how crazy though.
But it was 2 plays ago. It wasn't like it gave him a tech right then and there.
Right.
Yes, he pushed Donovan Mitchell, and Donovan Mitchell didn't like it, so he wound up running back at Draymond and pushed him back. Mm-hmm. They go back to the tape and they look at it from 2 plays ago, like, oh, Draymond did push him, technical foul, kicked him out the game. Draymond being Draymond, I'm gonna hype the crowd, blah blah blah. They wind up still losing, but hype the crowd, all the nonsense over. I'm like, if I am paying my money to watch,
I want to see that.
I'm watching these stars play. I want to see these stars play and compete. I want to see some kind of edge. I want to see, for me personally, go back to the days where, Indiana Pacers versus New York Knicks. It's going to be a tough game. A lot of trash talking. Reggie Miller doing this to Spike Lee, things like that. I want to see these type of things. I don't want to sit here and like, oh, I'm going to do a great play. I got to sit here and be stoic and kind of go, no. I want to see
that. Why are y'all trying to take that out?
It's entertainment.
Why are you trying to take that out?
Right, it's entertainment. Entertainment. Like, it's not doing any harm to that person. The thing is, it's not personal. It's just showing emotion.
It is personal.
No, it is to a certain extent. But it's still, it's emotion. It ain't like I'm trying to egg you on to fight. No. Like, I'm doing.
And I think that's a good point. I think the NBA think those type of situations lead to like fights, scuffles, this, that, and the third.
If it was like,
I think that's their mentality of stopping that. But it's still entertaining.
If it was like the old school days where they were fighting, which nobody got kicked out. It was fighting. Nobody got kicked out. Like, it was hard fouls, people fighting over it, and all of a sudden, oh yeah, it's a foul, personal foul, blah blah blah, personal foul, blah blah. Keep playing. It was no, this guy out of the game. This guy out of the game. And all of a sudden, like, I'm watching people that I didn't want to, I didn't come to see. I came to see the stars.
I hope the NBA's not, I hope that's not their approach in taking it and eliminating that away from the fans. You stealing from the fans, you robbing us.
Yeah.
You robbing us, so.
Yeah, I agree. But question is, has age caught up to Warriors? They wind up losing to Minnesota. Draymond got into it with Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man. And all of a sudden, after that altercation, Ant-Man went crazy and wound up beating the Warriors again. So has age caught up to the Warriors? Go to the Warriors.
That's funny you asked that age catch up. Because, yeah, it caught up. Y'all traded away Jordan Poole to get an older player in Chris Paul.
Yeah.
On top of that, you already dealing with older players that you already have, and you're dealing with injury.
Don't fault. I mean, it was Draymond's fault for them trading him away too. It wasn't like he got traded away.
Yeah, but as an organization, you still don't have to make that move.
No, you don't. You don't
have to make that move. You actually work that out.
You kind of do because the camaraderie of the team.
I'm not giving them.
The camaraderie of the team wasn't good. But I'm saying the camaraderie of the team wasn't good, so you had to do something. So if they had to do something, Draymond should have been the player to go. It shouldn't be your future.
Yeah, but you know how that works. Draymond has been there since their championship building years.
Yeah, I mean
I do get if you've got to make a decision like Kobe and Shaq. Like he gives Shaq go.
He gives something to that team where nobody else gives. Where he's gonna bring that edge every night, whether it be good or bad. He's gonna bring that edge every night.
I think a lot has caught up to the Warriors. I think age has caught up to them, and I think their style of play has caught up to them. And on top of that, the injury to Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson has not looked like the Klay before he's got injured. He's still very productive in my eyes.
Especially defensively.
Especially defensively.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of things have caught up cumulatively for the Warriors. And it's like, I think a lot of teams going in like, look, we can contain Draymond, we can contain Steph. We good. We got a real good.
I don't think they talking about containing Draymond. I'm like, you got to contain Steph.
Contain him in the sense like he is their focal still. Like he's their star.
Yeah, but he's not going to be the guy that's going to be doing a lot of points. So I mean, the guy might get 9 points, 9 rebounds, whatever. But you trying to go ahead and lock down Steph because Steph can go ahead and go for 50 any time.
Yeah. I think, like I said, I think a lot is caught up to them. But what I do see positive for them is they are always like a late team as far as showing who they really are. Like they always turn up late. Like the last championship they won, I think a lot of people had them not winning or writing them off, and they end up winning the whole ship. So talk to me 30, 40 games in, touch back in the season to see if it's caught up to them. If it don't work this year, you could see a lot of restructuring probably going on with that squad.
I mean, that might be the reason why Bob Myers, the GM, was out. Bob Myers is like, you know what? I brought this team in. I want to dismantle this team. Let me go ahead and leave before things get bad. So it might be the reason why he left and everything. So, but on to the next topic in NBA talk. You have the Harden trade. All right. Since the Harden trade, Philly has been 6-0. All right.
I hate that squad.
6-0, including a 50-piece career high for Maxey. All right, career high for Maxey. Clippers, on the other hand, are 0-5. Really 0-4, but really 0-5 since James Harden has gotten there. He didn't play in that first game, but they lost that first game against the Lakers. But since they got that trade happen, Harden, Jordan, that team, they have not won a game yet. They're 0-5. And I know Tyronn Lue was like, I need him to be more selfish instead of trying to fit in and blah, 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 that type thing. At this point right now, who has won that trade, Philly or Clippers?
It's looking like the obvious answer to this is Philly. But honestly, bro, I feel like I could be a GM for one of these teams. Because if I'm the Clippers, why am I bringing in another player that does the same thing as 3 other guys on my squad?
Yeah.
That didn't even sound right to begin with. And you got to work these guys in to figure out how they play. But you got 4 guys who essentially do the same thing.
And if it was James Harden 5 years ago, it would be different.
Player that he's on the tail end of his career. He has never won anything. He's telling y'all, I still want to score the ball, still want to be the focal point. I'm not even thinking about relinquishing my skills and fitting in to a system that already has 3 other guys that do what I do. Westbrook can't get a bucket without him having the ball. James can't get a bucket without him having the ball. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard can, because Kawhi Leonard has played in a system with San Antonio where he's been able to show that I can score without having the ball in my hand. Paul George, never won anything. You got one player that won a
that
miraculous ring in Toronto against the Philadelphia 76ers in East Conference. But Philly has won that trade. Tyrese Maxey is a player that I love since him coming there, and I think he's only going to get better. He's hungry in the sense that like he's young and hungry, so he's got something to prove every night. He's going to continue to be that the rest of this year. I'm anxious to see the type of numbers he's going to put up. But Clippers definitely lost the trade, and like I don't know why. I just don't know why they would have pulled the trigger on that. Man. It doesn't make any. Didn't make any.
Nobody
sense.
else was competing for James Harden. Nobody else.
And the Clippers did not need him.
No, at all. I agree. At all. I don't understand that because, like I said, if it was 5 years ago, James Harden,
5 years ago,
I can understand that. But
this was the offensive machine for him.
Yeah. But this right here, this James Harden, I mean, I just don't see it right now. They got a lot of work out. They got to go ahead. Shout out to Caleb Foster right now. He just had another bucket. He 5 for 5 with 12 points right now. 51-40 Duke right now. So shout out to Caleb Foster.
Shout out to them. They up 11.
Yeah. We doing our thing right now. So ugly game, but hey, we doing our thing. So shout out to Caleb Foster. The next topic is Lou Williams.
Lou Will.
All right. So we got Lou Will. We're gonna let y'all listen to this clip that he had just posted.
Very interesting topic. I love it.
You love it?
I love it because he's sharing he's sharing some sentiments that I felt people were thinking about during that time and after that time. But I'm going to flip it back to you with some questions because he says we started to hear rumblings of people not respecting this championship. And as a fan, I was thinking these things too, and I had other peers that were also like, man, nobody's respecting this bubble championship. But I want to know, he didn't say this, but I want to know, my question is, was he hearing rumblings from other players, coaching staff? Who were these rumblings that he heard? And my second question is, does players not respect the chip that the Lakers won? Because everybody knows the Lakers ended up winning that bubble championship and gave LeBron and AD, LeBron rather, that fourth ring. So I've been saying this all along, like nobody's really respecting that ring. Nobody's really counting that. I think a lot of players, and Lou Will said that, we kind of overlooked that. So is he saying we don't respect that ring? And was players and coaches and whoever else in the organization saying they didn't respect that championship? Because I feel like nobody respects it. All the LeBron stands out there and Lakers stands out there, and shout out to the Lakers. I like the Lakers, but a lot of them, they might not be respecting it. What's up?
You finished?
I'm finished. I'm not finished. I got obviously more to add, but I mean, I'm just glad another player like a Lou Will has said that and owned up to the fact that nobody respects that ring, bro. They don't. And LeBron will be like, yeah, we were mentally locked in. Other players weren't mentally locked in, but yeah, y'all were mentally locked in, but nobody was here with y'all to be mentally locked in. It wasn't a traditional championship, so nobody respects him, man. LeBron got 4 though, and that 4 is the asterisk with the bubble ring. I'll let you go.
All right, so now that you get your little fiction, I'm gonna give you some truth. All right.
Okay. Now you're gonna give me some truth, but we heard a player give his truth that was in the bubble.
I'll let you speak, all right?
Go ahead.
All right, let me speak, all right?
Go ahead.
I ain't never heard no player sit there and say, oh, we got a chance to win if we actually play, and all of a sudden, oh, nobody respects this championship if we go and win it? No, I have never heard that. Like, you go and play a game, and you got a chance to win a championship, that is on your resume. I won. Whether you still say it was a big, bad ring or whatever, I still won. Now you retiring with no rings. No rings. If I got a chance to win a ring, I'm going to try to win a ring. Point blank. The fact that he came out and said, oh, I had rumblings because this and that, whatever. No, they collapsed. They collapsed. They was up 3-1 against Denver Nuggets. 3-1. You can't tell me that, oh, I heard rumblings, blah, blah, blah. No. Y'all collapsed. That's what it was. Y'all collapsed. So the fact that
I don't think they collapsed. He said 6-7 games in, we checked out.
They were up 3-1.
But
they were up 3-1.
They were up, checked out before the playoffs.
Listen, they were up 3-1 against the freaking Denver Nuggets, who wound up giving them confidence because they want to win the following year. But the fact that they were up 3-1, you can't tell me as a competitor, as a person who or a team who's trying to compete, you have a chance to do something special, because this right here doesn't come around every year. Obviously, because Clippers have never won. That's the closest they had a chance to win, and yet they would never win again because they're not a team that are a championship team. So the fact that you had a chance to actually, one, do something that you have never done in your organization ever, and you go sit there and say, oh, we heard rumbling, blah, blah. Everybody was in the same situation. Everybody was in the same bubble. And I think Steve Adams was like, hey, I don't understand what everybody's talking about. Ain't like we over here in the war. Like, we all in a nice 5-star resort. We have everything carried to us. Just because.
Okay, he said that. LeBron was saying how hard it was, how difficult it was being
just because.
And he came out and said it's not like.
Did LeBron win? Did LeBron win? Did he win? Okay, he won. It's another championship. Another championship to his resume. The fact that the Clippers use that as an excuse to, oh yeah, we heard rumblings, but who did you hear rumblings from? Because anybody who you heard rumblings from are not playing the game. And the fact that you had a chance to actually win a championship, up 3-1 against the Nuggets, and you're going to play against the Lakers in the West Conference Finals, you had a chance to do something special, and yet you're going to sit there and say, oh yeah, I was tired, I was away from my family. Everybody was in the same situation. There's no way you can tell me that Lou Williams really believes that he had a chance to do something special and now he retired with no ring.
I think Lou Williams was speaking on behalf of the entire NBA Association. Obviously, he played for the Clippers that year, which they did lose a 3-1 lead against the Nuggets. But I think he's also just speaking for the league. And to go down 3-1 sounds like he wasn't. You just talk. Sounds like he wasn't mentally checked in, which he said 60-some games in, we was out of here. We wasn't missing.
Everybody was in the same way. Everybody was in the same. They was dealing with the same thing. Everybody. Everybody was doing the same situation.
Go ahead.
At the time, it was 32 teams in there trying to compete into the playoffs, right? It was 32 teams. So you're trying to tell me that they were one of the teams that they want to compete? Come on now. Come on now.
Mentally checked out NBA Association championship ring.
You are following somebody who actually want to play and compete versus people, oh yeah, we want to play no more because we're tired of being here. That is such BS. It's BS.
Dude, y'all played the year, obviously they were in a bubble for the reasons of the pandemic, which we were in, obviously. There was a lot of, you're singling out all these teams to go play somewhere, they're out of their comfort zone, they're away from their families, as you mentioned, and you got players literally saying, we were not mentally in this thing. So you're beating teams who weren't mentally checked out. You had a team that lost a 3-1 lead untraditionally.
A bunch of weak-minded players. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying just the Clippers. I'm saying the entire NBA Association.
So the Lakers were the only one that Lakers and Miami were the only ones that actually mentally tough.
He was in the bubble. He was
Lakers and Miami were the only ones that mentally tough.
I bet you it was around there like, yo, Lou. Other players saying like, Lou, this is
Lakers
some BS. I can't wait
Miami.
to get back into my regular life.
Lakers and Miami were only
we out here because
mentally tough. All right. Say it. They were the only two teams that were mentally tough. All right. They were the only ones that were, hey, we are competing. We understood that we were competing for a championship. I don't care if it's a bubble or not. I don't care if it's a bubble or not. We are the only two teams that are mentally tough to actually play.
I know LeBron is your Lord and Savior.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Listen, they had rumblings around the league like, yo, we not really trying to be here. I know we only here because the NBA wants us to be here. Let's just fulfill our, 60-something games in. I'm out of here. Let's go. What are we doing here? And now you want me to go play a basketball game? I've been away from my family. I can't live the traditional life I've been living. The schedule's all messed up. And you got me in here. You got a player that was in the bubble, that was around other teams saying, we do not want to be here.
No.
And the Lakers, listen, mentally tough or not, they end up winning. Kudos to them. But
yes,
I think that
they
my question
understood assignment. We're going to compete for a championship.
And my second question was, do players around the league respect? I don't think they respect it like we think.
They
like
have a ring. They have a ring. They have a ring. You trying to tell me if the Clippers had a chance to have a ring, they're not going to respect it? I don't care what anybody else say. We were competing, whether it's in a bubble or not. We were competing. We won a ring. You trying to tell me that my ring ain't as good as anybody else's ring? No, it's still a ring. It's still a ring.
Championship ring, does that stand?
It's still a ring.
Does that stand up to
LeBron's
first ring in Cleveland?
It's still a ring. It's still a ring.
Does that stand up?
Does
that stand up to Jordan's second three-peat win?
You compare ring to ring. It's still a ring.
Yeah, it's a ring.
A ring to ring.
Ring to ring. It's
ring
a different type of ring. That's the only ring that was won in some type of situation where we had to isolate
ring
players.
to ring. Ring to ring. That's all I'm saying.
And all I'm saying is you got an NBA player that was in the bubble saying, we don't respect that. Basically, in the little words as he said. We don't respect
player that did not compete for a ring, yes.
He did compete.
No, he didn't.
They competed.
He said he stopped after 67 days. Come on now. Hey, it's a grind to win a ring regardless. Whether you're at home or whether you're in a bubble, it's a grind. And you trying to tell me that, oh my God, I'm in a bubble with everybody else, and all of a sudden I'm checked out. Everybody else the same way. They still fighting that. Okay. It's a hard thing to win a ring. It's hard. It's hard to win a ring. And the fact that they actually two teams that were mentally tough, Miami and Lakers, they won up.
Who said Miami was mentally tough? They probably just was playing because we playing. Don't mean they was really always locked in.
Weren't they in the finals? Weren't they in the finals?
That's my question.
Weren't they in the finals?
They were in the finals. Can I ask you?
Mentally tough. Boom.
Can I ask you a question? Is it fair to say
nope.
A lot of the teams were mentally checked out like the Clippers?
Nope.
That's not fair to say?
Nope.
You just want to say about your opinion.
I'm standing by my opinion where you have a player and a team that actually wanted to win.
Oh, he had a balance.
He wanted to win. And the better team won.
You had a player, as we just played.
So you're trying to tell me the Clippers if the Clippers played in LA the whole time, all of a sudden they've been checked in. Hey, come on now.
It would have been a different type of feel. Playing against when you dude, we were seeing I remember the bubble, we were seeing players that came out of nowhere that were doing phenomenal things. And a lot of that was because there was nobody in the crowd. It's a difference when you playing against 20,000 people, 20,000 fans in the crowd versus
you still gotta play.
An arena full of no people. You had no name people coming off the bench going crazy. That would normally not do that against a 20,000 fan arena.
You still have to play.
You still have to play, but I'm gonna play back. Dude, I look good in the driveway.
They were still playing against other NBA players.
I look good doing one-on-one
shots. They were
still
playing against other NBA players.
Crossover moves in the driveway against nobody. Nobody watching.
It wasn't like they were playing against like
LA Fitness. Now I gotta play against other people.
You act like they were playing against bums. Like they were playing against the same teams that they were playing in the freaking regular season. The same teams they were playing in the bubble.
The crowd is an element and is a part of the game as to why I may play good or may play bad. A lot of players. You've seen guys. You've been a part of. That's not BS. You've seen guys in practice that play well in practice and do phenomenal things in practice, but when that game time comes, they're like a whole different person. They can't even freaking tie their shoes together.
You are talking about practice. You're not talking about the actual.
My point is, it's a difference between playing against fans versus not playing against fans. Playing against doing drills in the driveway versus doing drills in the arena versus playing in the arena versus practice. Like it's a difference. It's a difference.
I disagree. So
the dude from Miami got his freaking contract on playing good. He didn't play like that yet. Duncan Robinson, he was going crazy in the bubble. And they ain't did nothing since.
And Gabe
Duncan Robinson, I like it.
Well, he actually playing well.
He's playing well right now. He's good.
Now, Gabe Vincent.
Next year, he was
Gabe Vincent, on the other hand, he had a big contract, and then he wound up going to Lakers, and he ain't done the same thing since. He supposed to be
bright light. I bet you if he was in a bubble, he would probably be going crazy right now.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway.
So next topic.
Again, I'm right on
LeBron James is getting a museum in Akron, Ohio.
Hey, that.
He is going to have a museum in Akron, Ohio.
Oh Lord!
The LeBron James Foundation is doing this thing where he's going to be having a museum dedicated to his journey in the NBA from the high school and his milestones he accomplished along the way of being the NBA all-time scorer in Akron, Ohio. It's opening in November 25th.
Where's it going to be, Akron?
Akron, yeah. And which is kind of cool where the adults got to pay $23 because that's his number, 23. But the kids are going to get in free. All right.
Also, the kids going to have to pay $6.
No, I mean it's fine.
23 for the dogs, 6 for the kids.
It's fine that he had kids free.
If you're doing a 23 for the jersey number, then you do 6 for the kids because it also switches up if you don't know who you want to be.
It would have been fire if it said 6 for adults and kids free. That would have been fire too. But he's back to 23. So again, 23 when he started at, that's where he's gonna finish at. All right, 23.
I bet you when you walk in there at the museum, it's gonna be like, I'm just a kid from Akron. All that. LeBron James is the king of letting us know.
Respect what he's done.
He's letting us know.
Respect what he's done.
I'm the greatest of all time. I'm going to sway your opinion on that. When it's other players like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, like Shaquille O'Neal, my play is going to let